Hi everyone! Welcome back to my 31 to 33 week pregnancy update. I think this is going to be the last of the videos which I'm going to clump together, and then from here on out I'm going to do a weekly update up until I give birth. So let's start. Let's start with how the baby's doing. Let's start from 31 weeks. So at 31 weeks, the baby's 16 inches long and about 3 1/3 pounds and size of a coconut. So as you can see, the baby is plumping, getting rounder, getting bigger, getting fuller. Definitely feel the kicks getting stronger. And I think at around this time, 31 weeks, this is now the final stretch where the baby's gonna hit their major growth spurt. So they're gonna gain about 1/3 of their birth weight in these next 7 weeks. Whew. Just wrapping my head around it, it's like around the corner. So that's 31 weeks, which was 2 weeks ago. Now 32 weeks, which was last week, the baby is 16.7 inches long. It's about 3 3/4 pounds and a size of a jicama. Definitely taking up a lot more space, and I'm feeling that the uterus is pressing up on the diaphragm, which last week I really started to experience shortness of breath, and you know, I didn't have as much energy as I normally do. I'm usually up and about, you know, I'm doing this, doing that. I got ACE, I got, you know, a lot of things happening, but last week I really had to tell myself, like, whew, time to slow it down. The baby's getting bigger. I'm starting to lose my center of gravity, or it's not lose it, but it's shifting, you know, so I'm not as agile, and it takes me a little bit longer, so I'm a little bit slower these days. And what else? So the baby's very active, especially at night. I don't know what it is about like 10 o'clock to about 2 o'clock in the morning. That's their favorite time. Even with my first baby Ace, it was like his favorite time to like do somersaults in my belly and have a party in my belly. I don't know why. So just when you think you're about to get some rest and fall asleep, it's like, the party starts in my belly. So it's a little challenging finding the balance and finding where I can get some sleep in and try to steal some naps throughout the day. I'm starting to get on Ace's nap schedule, actually. And so now at 32 weeks, which was last week, like I said, the baby is gaining 1/3 of their birth weight. I am gaining about 1 pound a week for the next 7 to 8 weeks. Hopefully the longer he can stay in there, the better. And half of that weight is going to the baby. So it's kind of amazing how this last final stretch is really when everything, like, you know, at least for me, and for me, you know, my friends are so kind and they're so generous with their compliments. They're like, oh, Teresa, you know, from the back you don't look pregnant, and you know, it's only when you turn to the side or when we see you up front that you look pregnant. And I was like, oh my God, you're totally my friend because you're so kind. But for me, I carry a lot of my pregnancy in my belly. Quite fortunate that way, but at the same time, you know, it's also a balance of nutrition and exercise and things like that, or maybe just that's how genetically I'm built. I don't know. But having said that, I do feel the stretch, and I make sure my husband Sean rubs my belly every night with oil, and every time he does, I think that's what gets the party started. The baby thinks like, oh, hey daddy, what's up? And then they start this like movement communication through my belly. I think that's what starts it all. So yeah, so that was last week. Now 33 weeks, which is this week. I feel great. I still feel shortness of breath, like now, talking. So definitely taking it much easier. Also, my baby Ace has been sick. He had bronchitis this past week, so which was totally fine. because it really forced us to stay home and we didn't have too many activities for him. So, you know, it was really nice to just like take a moment, chill out, take care of him, take care of me. And yeah, so at 33 weeks, the baby is about 17 inches long. So it's growing fast and about 4 pounds and the size of a pineapple. So if you can imagine a size of a pineapple inside my belly, whew, it is quite a challenge. Getting heavier. I definitely feel it when I'm sleeping because I'm having a hard time finding that sweet spot, you know, so I always have to prop myself with pillows. Like I have this like pillow fortress around me that's quite effective. And I used to walk, but now I notice that I waddle. So when I get stuff, I'm waddling. I'm no longer walking or sashaying or anything. Like I really feel like a penguin and waddling. So, but that's okay. So that's the baby. And now for me, how I've been feeling for the most part, like I said, I've been feeling great. Trying to keep up with my nutrition, getting more fruits and vegetables in, trying to get green juice in every day, if I can. That helps. Cut down tremendously on caffeine. I used to have maybe one every other day, a cup every other day, like a latte, or I'd make my cosmic coffee concoction, which I posted on Instagram. But I just wanted to pull back on the caffeine and start drinking more teas, a lot more chamomile, raspberry leaf, things to start preparing the uterus for birth and to relax me and put me in a peaceful state. What else? Body-wise, yes, I've been feeling lower back pains, soreness in my calves. I definitely feel cramps, you know, since the baby's getting bigger, it's starting to press in certain areas, which causes the circulation not to be so great. And in turn, I have cramps on my calves, in my legs, and in my feet. So, I mean, there's no way around it. You just kind of ride that wave and stretch it out when you can. And so also due to all the hormonal changes that your body is experiencing, you might notice looseness of joints and ligaments around the pelvic area. Now if you are active or you have some sort of physical exercise that you do, like for me, I do Pilates, yoga, and meditation. So those 3 things work for me because they're quite gentle. They're gentle on the pregnancy, they're gentle on me. It helps center me, it helps ground me. So I'm not too worried about overextending joints and ligaments. But if you are into a more active physical regimen, like CrossFit, I know some people that, you know, still run, you know, and lift weights. Now is the time to start being a little bit more careful because you might think you're like super flexible, but then you just realize you just pulled a muscle. Just because of all the hormonal changes, it makes you think your body is super flexible. So just, you know, be careful. Just, you know, continue to do your physical, but maybe time to start cutting back. And then what else? For me, self-care. Last trimester, I told myself I'm really just gonna focus and take care of me and start journaling more and start getting into this internal space of, you know, what I want to do in terms of parenting 2 kids. That's a game changer. And I heard such a cool quote yesterday. They said, you know, when you have 1 child, you're a parent. When you have 2 children, you're a referee. So even though they're still babies at this point, you know, what's been on my mind lately is how do I introduce my 1.5-year-old to this newborn? And I'm really concerned about it because, you know, for this last year and a half, it's all about Ace, and both my husband and I, our attention's on him. Even on both sides of our family, he is the first grandchild. So I was really concerned how he's going to adjust. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. And you know, I've been asking my mommy groups and my mommy friends, like, how did you introduce your newborn to your, you know, to your baby and things like that. So I've got a lot of good advice. But I want to share a YouTube channel that's really changed and helped me expand my view on parenting. Shout out to Avital from the Parenting Junkie. She has an amazing YouTube channel. You have to check it out because her whole approach is simplicity parenting and to love parenting and to parent with love. I love her videos because they're concise and she is very eloquent and she explains all her videos, the different approaches, techniques, and things, you know, that will help make parenting journey easier. Now, what I love most about her is I came across her by accident because I just kind of put on the search, like, how to introduce new baby, you know, and her video popped up. And I really like her tone and her approach and her spirituality and her groundedness. And so definitely I like watched all her videos. So it's a really helpful resource, and she does these webinars and online courses. So I hope to do them soon. And yeah, if you get a chance, check her out because she's really awesome. And then from that, I also learned about a book called Happy Parents, Happy Siblings. Yeah, I think that's it, by Dr. Laura Markham. And I'm currently reading it right now, or sorry, I downloaded the audiobook because it's not available here in the Philippines. So the best way for me to do it is I downloaded the audiobook on iBooks or iTunes. And I just started listening to it. So far so good. I just like the whole approach of empathy and, you know, self-regulation, connecting, and then coaching your child. So I'm definitely going to take all these things I've learned and start putting it to use and putting it into practice and helping my baby Ace transition. So my first step was I bought a doll baby. Oh, I left it upstairs. I wanted to show you guys what this doll baby looks like because it's about this big. And, you know, they said, you know, as early as now you start talking about the baby and introducing the baby. But I feel like Ace doesn't get the concept of me having a baby in my belly. So for him, he just like brushes it off. But when I brought home, I went to the toy store yesterday and I brought home this doll baby that when you lie it down, it closes its eyes. When you put it up, it opens its eyes. So it looks like it's sleeping. And, you know, and I bought a little bottle for it for feeding. I think once I brought that home, the idea of a baby started becoming real. And I started showing him videos of babies smaller than him. So he understands like what a baby is. And then I will get to the part where, you know, going to be coming out of mommy and things like that. So I'm excited. I'm scared. I don't know how he's going to react when the new one comes. I'm hoping he'll react with love and gentleness and care, which is his personality. He's a very chill baby and a very happy baby. So I hope he welcomes this new baby with open arms. So yeah, that's been on my mind. And in terms of activities I've been doing, last week I finally did a maternity shoot with a great photographer named Louie, Arcilla. I'm gonna link him below because if you're in the Philippines in Manila, you guys have to shoot with him. He is so amazing, so sweet, and so fast. We did 5 setups in like an hour, and he uses natural light, available light, which is so nice. Everything looks, you know, just how it's meant to be. It looks natural. And you know, I'll post it on Instagram once I get the photos back. I'll definitely post it on Instagram. So shout out to Louie. Thank you for our photos. It is beautiful and I'm very happy. I saw a few of them on his camera, so I'm really excited to see them. What else have I been thinking of activity wise? Putting together my birth plan. I'm going to be meeting my doctor next week, and we're just going to talk about how we're going to do this, if we're going to push through with the cesarean section because it is so close, you know, to my last birth, which I ended up with an emergency C, or will I try for a VBAC? I've been watching a lot of videos lately too about, you know, normal birth, and I've always dreamt of having that maternal experience, water birth. You know, it's the hippie in me that I just want to have that woman moment, but at the same time we have to consider the safety and what's the best way for the baby to come out. While I was thinking of a birth plan, another thing we're also considering is cord blood banking. Now, what cord blood banking is basically when you give birth, a nurse comes from a company that you hire. I can link the company that we use called Stemcord, and they come and extract blood from the umbilical cord. And these are kind of cord blood stem cells, which you can then store and bank. So in the event that there is, God forbid, a serious illness or condition, or, you know, anything health related that you will need source stem blood cells from, you have it with you. Now, some parents opt to do it, some parents don't opt to do it. Like we did it with Ace for the last year. I think we're going to do it again. Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to do it again. It's not cheap, but at the same time, health is wealth. And if you have an opportunity to do it, I highly recommend you do it because it's kind of like a biological insurance. There's a lot of studies and research have shown the effectiveness of stem cells and how you can, you know, regrow a kidney or a liver or something like that. Or, you know, or if you have leukemia, it could really help with healing and treatment. So that's definitely one thing worth investing in. So yeah, those 3 things, those 3 weeks. What else? I'm going to show you my belly because it's getting big. So here it is. See it? There it is. This is 33 weeks. 33 weeks in the belly. So there you have it. Thanks again for tuning in. Again, this is Teresa Herrera. If this is your first time watching my channel, thank you and welcome. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so we can chat and continue to follow me on this journey with this pregnancy, giving birth, and then, you know, the postpartum phase. And I hope to continue to vlog. Hopefully I'll have more time, or I'll have time when the baby comes, and, you know, talking about really my journey and sharing what I've learned and things I've picked up along the way. So if you have a comment or advice or a suggestion, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If there's anything else you want me to talk about that I haven't covered yet, please leave it on the comment below because I read every single comment, whether on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. So again, Teresa Herrera. My Instagram is @TeresaHerrera27. I also have a Facebook page. I'll put all the links below, so let's connect. And thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time. Bye.